now, and boom, there we go.
Okay.
It's been a minute. Haven't actually
Yes.
done a recording with Will in a while, but today we're joined by
What?
James Brady, big
Hey
fella.
guys, thank you for having me.
No
How
problem.
you getting on?
Yeah,
Great,
I'm
no
all good.
boys, great.
Yeah.
So over the last few weeks, right? I think 2 episodes ago I said I started the job with Willem in Brady's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Well,
over. I'm
yeah,
gone.
5 weeks ago, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, something like
That's
that.
probably the last time I was on as well, wasn't it? It's been a good while.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
done that now. Now working in Sandyford. Great
Yeah.
crack.
Couldn't have left us at a
Uh,
worse time either.
yeah, understaffed as fuck in that place.
Off the back of a 15-hour shift. No. Yeah, 15-hour
Yeah,
shift. Yeah.
the longest
Wow.
shift I've ever done was only 12, and I thought that was excruciating. 15. Remember you
Uh,
talking to us today, and I was thinking, this poor lad,
I'm back at it again
making
tomorrow
a
now for
saving.
another 15 hours. I was laughing though because I was in there. I was in there on Friday, and about 6, 7 o'clock, we kind of had a break where we weren't doing anything, just waiting for a few bits to do. I had the other lad in with, give me a hand. I turned around to him and I said, "You're gonna hate me for what I'm about to say to you." He goes, "What? What are you about to tell me?" And I was like, "I could genuinely work till 12 o'clock tonight, and I think I'd be okay. Like my body felt fine. There was no fatigue, exhaustion, nothing. I was just chilling." And he was like, "Man, you need help. Like, you just need help." Like he was like,
Mental
"No, like
disease.
no sane man," he says, "wants to work 17-hour shifts." And I was just there laughing, like, "Oh, I'm
Get your
not
money up.
saying." Fucking
Fuck
sure.
it. Get your
Make the
money up,
most
not
of
your
it.
funny up, as they say.
Oh,
Man,
that's an
I've
excellent
seen that comment so many times, and it always it just destroys me.
Man.
What's the longest shift you ever did, James?
line. 12 hours definitely
Yeah,
'cause I do a bit of overtime but depends. See, I could be working night shift, so I could start at like 12 midnight, and then the next person that's meant to come in after me, they might not be in. So I was like, a bit of time to make a bit more bucks, so I stay on to 12. But then when you're trying to sleep during the day, you might get like 3 4 hours sleep and then back in at 12 o'clock. Then that night, it's telling on the body. Like, so
Uh,
some stages you're like, no, even though it's there to take it, I won't take it. Like, I have to leave the body rest. Like,
yeah, no, definitely couldn't do 15 over a sustained period now. Like it would take its
I don't
toll
know,
and catch
man.
up to you quite quickly.
I'm pretty sure I could do I do one 40-hour shift a week and have the rest of the time off.
40
I
hour
think I
shift
could
a
do it.
week. Just
Just
work
once
for
once a week, you do 40 hours of work and you're done.
just work for 2 days straight. No break, no rest.
rest only for the
Imagine,
weekend. So.
man, if you did that as like a crane operator to have a fucking house built in a day.
Oh man,
Yeah.
literally.
What
I
do you
think
do, James?
they work mad shifts anyway, don't they? Think crane operators.
I
Oh
know a
yeah, they
lad
do.
now, and he works 6 months a year for it. But that's
Mm.
because he's like doing like 16-hour shifts like
I was
constantly.
gonna say, yeah, like the literally
Yeah.
16, 17 hours on, and then
I'd say at that point you're just killing yourself more than anything.
oh yeah,
Like I can't imagine you're getting a lot of sleep. I can't imagine you're enjoying life all
No,
that much.
no,
comes
And
a stage where you have to put your health first.
yeah, and you're pretty liable as well. What I was told is like no matter what happens, someone gets hurt, it's on me, the crane
uh,
driver. Could be working in fucking crazy wind. Doesn't matter. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be working in it. So turn the thing off. But
yeah,
you also get mauled if you did that. So
true.
Oh, exactly.
the struggles of crane driving, huh?
Yeah,
James, I was asking you a second ago. What do you do for a living?
Oh yeah, I do medical manufacturing. So, but before that, I was personal trainer, and I was just constantly split shifts and stuff like that. And you'd be doing personal training, but you do social media as well, and you'd be cleaning and scrubbing the bathrooms. And I was like, enough of that. So I went into the medical manufacturing kind of industry, and I'm only just under a year into it now. Like, but I'm hoping to get into engineer manufacturing. So I just have to kind of keep my head down at it and kind of learn all the aspects of it. But like that now, it's a new challenge. So hoping to kind of broaden my knowledge on it.
yeah. I'm sure there's
Same.
kind of bits of it as well that you can kind of take from one and kind of apply it to the other, and kind of certain little small kind of aspects or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
dealing
that's
with like
it.
needle steroids and stuff. Like right.
Like,
All that stuff,
Uh,
yeah. But no, it's mad. Like you find out certain things that are made from different medical companies, and you wouldn't be even thinking about it the way. But like you often hear people of like going online and going to these different medical companies and stealing ideas to put into their own thing as trying to start their own thing, and then before you know it, it's being used as drugs or kind of abusing drugs and all that sort of crack. Like, so there's a big rabbit hole into that, but I won't get into that. Like,
I kind of want to get into it off the bat, especially with abusing drugs and so on. Sean
yeah.
Fitzness fucking got caught out for taking gear, and I've never been happier.
That stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I fucking hate the dude. Well, not hate. I
I-
dislike him heavily.
Yeah.
I've heard about him. All right, yeah, I've heard about him. Like,
He blocked me on everything for like just like calling him out and shit that he just got horrifically wrong. He's like, "Oh, there's no such thing as a test booster. Like, there's so much shit you could take. You
yeah,
could boost it, like as much as like a vitamin D supplement will do it. Like this, everything will do it
Yeah.
if you're doing it right." But he was like, "No, that'll work. But if you take my plan and you buy my program, you look like me."
yeah.
It turns out he was on something, probably test or something. But then he tried to like hide behind that by saying, "Oh, it's all because all my hair was gone." Like, is that the reason your hair was going though? How long have you actually been on gear? Because he said since last
Yeah.
September, so he was on it for like what? He's claiming 2 months or something, or maybe a year and a bit if he's saying last. But don't know. The cheeky liar
Yeah.
got caught.
Yeah, I've a mate of mine now, and he's openly like he does be on and off, like he goes on cycles and he gets his blood tested and stuff like that to make sure it's all healthy and stuff like that. But you know, he's saying to me like, you know, if you go on a good bit of gear starting off, like if you go on your first cycle, like you'll have such good results and stuff like that. And I was thinking like, I'm only 26, like I don't want to do that. I don't know that like you hear all these stories about the long side effects. Like the only thing down the line I was thinking of taking is probably testosterone boosters, but that'd probably be when I'm mid 30s, going into my 40s, when I
Yeah,
need
but
it.
you could
Like I
take
don't
that
need.
now.
I could take that now, yeah, definitely. Like, but I'm already kind of bald in it is at the moment, so I don't want to speed up that process. Like,
Sure, look, it's gonna happen eventually. Off with the
Yeah.
hair. Let's go. Get rid of it. All of it.
monk
Gone.
side,
Yeah.
off and on.
I went to a Dublin barber, and
Oh god.
the whole time telling him, "Oh, it was a great haircut, whatever." And I walked out that place, wanted to shoot the guy, wanted to come back with a
I
12
was gonna
gauge.
say, what happened to your hair, lad?
Yeah, this hair is crazy short for the way I normally go about it. But yeah, I started to think about balding when I got that haircut because I'm like, damn, how bad is my hairline actually? I'm like, it's actually fine, but
Balding could be a legitimate option for me now.
yeah,
Nice.
it's like, man,
Yeah.
he was like, a couple millimeters off making me bald, like
Oh
some
man.
fine margins.
Yeah, I went to a specialist in Dublin actually, and you know she was telling me about like I was like my crown here is going to be like, and she said, "Oh, I have a great idea. You know what we can do? Like, just you have two options. Like, you can like these are the cheapest options. Like, we can get a tattoo the top of your head, or we can put you on these pills that lower your testosterone and help your hair growth and all that stuff." And I was like, okay, one if I get a tattoo and the rest of me goes bald, I just have a black tattoo on the top of my head, like that's it. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm definitely not lowering my testosterone. Like, no. I'm trying to. I always research ways trying to build that naturally and all that stuff. And I was like, definitely not taking pills for that. Like,
I've heard about using red lights to fix it. Stops your what is it? It's a dihydrotestosterone. What is it? DHT? What does that stand for?
I've heard for that.
What-
Yeah,
Basically, what's left of your testosterone after. But yeah, you can get like shampoo to stop DHT without it balding, and you sleep in red light helps a little bit too. Yeah, don't know, but I don't. I'd be worried about becoming bald. Like one thing, my dad has great hair, still has it.
Yeah.
The guy's 56. Every guy on my mom's side is fucking completely bald. Most of them bald by
man.
roughly the age I am now. So I'm like, who did I get the genes from? Is it about to go any second now, or am I keeping this for life?
Just wake up one morning and the hair's just sat in place in the bed. You're lying.
Yeah, just like a fucking Lego piece or something.
Yeah.
I've often said to the girlfriend, like, the second you ever notice any kind of hair loss, if I'm balding in any capacity, you tell me on the fucking spot. You won't hurt my feelings. You'll save my
Hmm.
fucking life.
Oh,
Would you rather just completely shave it now? If you notice there is a good bit going now, would you just shave it off completely,
No,
or
I know what you're talking about. The pills you can take to keep it. I would take that. I would just
yeah,
take something off my testosterone.
yeah,
It does lower the hair. I know about that, but I would do a lot of shit to try to keep my hair
yeah?
because there's
No,
nothing weirder
definitely.
than like a 30-year-old with like a shiny head and like no evidence that
Yeah,
hair was ever there.
Oh,
Like,
stuff.
what did you do wrong? The genetic lottery just fucking mauled you.
yeah. They've done you over
Literally.
there, lad.
Yeah.
But
It's,
I was watching the Ireland match the other night, and I saw
This
what's
this
his
the one.
name, Will Smallbone, is it?
oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I think he's only like 19, 20. I could be wrong, but like he's like pure shine, golden
Yeah.
ball.
What age is he actually? It's curious now.
Yeah, I know he played for the Ireland under 21s there not too long ago, so he could be.
Small bone.
Yeah,
He is 23.
20, oh, okay,
So
23.
same age as me.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, no.
Jesus
So it
Christ, that's a
depends though. Like,
that is
Damn.
a shiner. Holy God.
yeah,
In fairness,
it's
I know lads younger than me, and I'm 20, I'm 22, who are like, they've decided to fuck it, I'm bald now.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's one lad I know, I won't say his name.
Do it.
It starts with a T anyway.
Do it.
Rhymes with Roy. And
Do it.
yeah, he lost all his hair between
Oh
like
man.
2020 and 2020, 2021.
All right, well,
Remember just seeing him, and
you tell me about this fella before, actually. I think I remember you telling me about someone you
this is
knew
a
who
different guy.
a
That's the guy who
different
goes by
guy.
Dean.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
but this Troy fella, like I seen him and just I didn't know hair could go that fast, and it's
Yeah.
terrifying that it can. Like I'm pretty sure, man,
yeah.
if I like plucked every one of my hairs individually, and I put fucking Veet for Men on it every day for a year, I would keep more hair.
Would you go down the Turkey route? You go
See,
to Turkey getting
I've
done.
been to Turkey.
Yeah,
I've seen how they do it. I've been to those places. No,
no,
like on the fight back, you're surrounded by a bunch of like bald guys with scabs for a head. Like it's
yeah.
terrible. Like for real. Oh, like it's so ugly. But like, if you need to do it 100%. But just lads who just have a scab for a head because they got all
Oh,
done and they're on the flight home as soon as possible.
For
My dad
fuck's
had
I
to get
heard.
his teeth done. They had to
Yeah.
file down his jawbone to get the teeth done correctly. So
Oh,
take
no.
care of your fucking teeth. Take care of your
Yeah.
fucking hair because you don't want to have a scab for a head and you don't want your jawbone to be shaved down. Also, when they shave it, he could taste what his jawbone tastes like. So that's
Oh,
that's something you never
rotten.
want to go through. No, you've never inhaled your own bone dust, guys. No, it's not normal for
No.
everyone.
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a bit.
While.
Hoping to get back into it.
It's been a while since I chomped on some tasty marrow.
Tasty marrow. But yeah, like if you can take care of your stuff, you don't want to fucking lose it.
Yeah, I heard about before that on a flight back from Turkey, there was some fella and he could see the guy in front of him had like the stuff done on his head, like he was pure bald, but he had like the insertions done, like, and the young one opened up the thing above him, the luggage, and the luggage fell down right on top of his head and fucking just
Oh,
burst him open, like your man must be because like all the fibers were like brushed to one side as well, like you're like, oh, sure,
That's it, dude. Like
yeah.
yeah,
if
That's
those
game
things get
on.
damaged, they're not gonna set and
Yeah.
like for real. Like if someone like smacked the top of your head and you got that thing done. Like I'm serious. Like like
I know
you
it.
tap your bald friend's head every now and then just to piss him off.
just a quick like that, yeah.
Yeah. If someone
Oh,
did that,
man.
like you just lost thousands of euro worth of hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
I don't think I could forgive. I think
no,
violence would be pretty fast.
yeah.
Violence would be the
Contrary to
order of the
popular
day.
belief, violence does
Purging,
solve a fair bit.
purging would become the order of the day in that situation.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, stop.
You were saying earlier, James, you were a personal trainer. Do you still
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it, or how long were you doing it?
I was doing it for 4 years, not doing it currently at the moment, but I'm looking to do online in the future. I have done online here and there, but to me, I need to be 100% focused on it. So I'm looking to kind of save up, kind of get myself well established in the medical industry first, and then kind of go straight back at it. Like, because I do love it. Like, it's just that you're texting people all hours of the day, like all hours of the night, like just make sure that they get the program right. And because like a lot of people, what I've seen, like they'll get the program, they'll follow it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then when you're kind of keeping up with them, they're like, oh, my goldfish died, or something like that, and it's just like, you're not following the program. You got under my name. If you don't get results, it's going to look bad on me. So I kind of pulled back from it then, like, because I noticed when I worked with people one to one in person, they're getting great results. Like, everything was going to plan. But if I'm not there pushing them, they won't do it. Like, so
Yeah.
it's very rare. Like, you get someone that will actually follow a plan. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, even just from experience, like one of the lads on this crow, he's on a plan at the minute, but I think between work and all that, it's not getting done properly.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
I think
Just to call him out.
he's slowed down a bit. Well, it comes across like he's slowed down a bit now. To be fair, he was going crazy when he started in the gym though. Like he was coming in from work after a night shift at 12, and he was getting up at 6 the next morning to go gym. Like not giving himself enough rest in between finishing work and getting up the next day. And sure, then he's up from 6 until 12 that day again, doing the same thing. Oh, it's just man, like
Sleep's too important.
yeah,
Take
like,
melatonin
yeah.
every single night.
I wouldn't
I
mind
will
this.
not do anything unless I'm getting 8 hours of sleep.
But like it's the thing I was laughing at. Like the fella gets up at 6 to go to the gym. Like he has to drive like a half hour, 45 minutes to get to the gym. It's on his doorstep.
Yeah.
So is his
fair.
workplace. His workplace and gym are on his doorstep. Like
So, like literally for reference, it's like he's down a lane. He drives down, and then in front of him is a gym and a McDonald's, and like what was the other one? There's like
uh,
a Apple Green or something.
oh yeah,
That's his
there's
options when he pulls out. He drives fucking 20 seconds. He's in one of them.
yeah, if even.
Jeez.
Like,
No, I define like people at the start that they're always looking for motivation. They talk a lot about motivation, like, oh, I need to be motivated. Like, motivation's okay getting started, but you need discipline to follow whatever you're doing. You need to follow discipline through. I'm sure like there will come a stage on, especially doing the podcast, where the motivation might not be always up there, but you're like, but I'm doing this. I have to be disciplined enough to do it. Like,
yeah,
so I think lads, well, both men and women, like they'll have the motivation to start, but discipline just goes out the window as soon as things get hard. But it's very rare you see discipline being held on. Like,
yeah.
Such is life, right?
yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, works for some people, doesn't for others.
I mean,
Yeah.
even for myself, like when I got back into the gym there, what 7 weeks ago now. Like the big thing for me was always getting started, and it was always
Yeah.
easier for me to stay in a rhythm if I kind of had someone to go with for the first week or two, just to get myself into that routine and going and getting used to what I'm doing again, that sort of stuff. After that, then I'm fine going in. Like I've no problem going in after that. Like, but even
Yeah.
like you were saying there, like the discipline comes into it then as well. Like I was in the gym 6 days here the other week. That week there, I think you were second last week there that week,
Oh yeah,
and
I thought you were crazy for it.
only for the fact that I had a sore shoulder. I didn't go on the Thursday, like, and I've only been 4 days last week and 3 days there now this week. Again, just a bit of pain in the back or whatever, like, so. And I've wanted, like, my body was, in my head, I was like, well, it's not that bad. Like, I could go in and do a half hour, just kind of light session, or go in and just do cardio. But again, like, I know myself, if I go in, something will happen from the smallest niggle, and that'll be it, like.
Yeah, it can
So,
throw you off, like something like
yeah,
that.
that's what I mean. Like, wouldn't say it's a massive thing from a disciplinary point of view, but it's having the awareness and the sense to almost not push yourself too much as well, and just listen to your body, like, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Like, I used to see a lot of that. I used to see that a lot with people that was starting, and they'd push themselves so hard that they'd be like, "Oh God, never want to do anything like that again." But you're just like, you have to kind of set yourself
Yeah.
like limits, small limits. I remember I had this client and he had a wedding coming up, and I said, "When's the wedding?" He's like, 6 weeks. I was like, "Oh, we can work with something, like, nothing like, it's not gonna be a miracle, but you can lose a bit of weight, like it won't be anything amazing." He was like, "That's okay, that's okay." So I said, "We do a hit workout, but you have to test your limits. When you feel you're tired, you can't go more. Just stop, rest." He's like, "Sound." Anyways, he kept going until he got sick all over the place. I said to him, like, "Look, when this happens again," but every time he came in, like, and this is the thing that surprised me with this guy, that he just kept doing it until he got sick every single time. And within
Yeah.
6 weeks, like he lost about, I think, on there like 8, 9 kg because he was just like he just went pure ration, and then after went all the way back on. He just didn't give a shit. Then afterwards, like
Yeah.
but
Wanted
some
to
people
be
are
in
just
shape for the wedding, like.
yeah, that was it. Like that, some people are just so fixed on that one goal, and once it, boom, never came back. Then
Yeah.
Fair play, but holy
yeah,
fuck.
yeah, no, couldn't do that to myself. No,
Like, dude, he could have made like a small lifestyle change a year before the wedding, and it
yeah,
would
yeah,
make the
that's
same
it. Like,
difference.
Probably would have seen more change over that year period than that kind of 6, 7 week period.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like if you ate a protein pot and drank an extra glass of water every day for a year, you wouldn't believe the difference.
Me,
There
yeah.
it's
you
lost
go.
me half a stone in 7 weeks, and I'm doing fuck all different.
I've
So,
protein in my coffee, and that's about it. Fucking
yeah.
Fair play, fair play.
handy out.
Oh,
What do you got there, James?
I just got a Bishop exotic Ballina still Mayo water. So
Jeez,
can't
yeah,
bet it.
can't beat it now.
you couldn't beat it
Very
with a
good.
stick.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
Um. Yeah. So
yeah.
one thing that's I've had to get used to in Dublin recently is not having a Dublin accent and how it goes against you.
Man, I will say this, and I've always said this: Dublin accents, I fucking hate them. I cannot stand them. They go through my head. Oh, I hate them. Any
I
yeah,
work with a bunch of guys with like black rock accents,
Oh
so
god,
yeah,
Southsiders,
gee.
and it takes some getting used to. I don't know.
Oh,
My dad has always kind of had the remnants of his one.
yeah,
He climatized pretty good to bog life.
yeah.
But yeah, it's something to get used to.
Oh, I hate them. I will never get used to them accents. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're just.
I do prefer like a good Mayo Galway accent. I
Yeah,
yeah,
prefer those.
yeah,
The
good
Donegal one,
thick,
not a
a
great one.
thick
yeah.
accent.
'Cause I
The
growing
Cork
up, I
accent.
always
Made
Oh
that
yeah,
man,
better.
Cork accent
that's
is
another accent that goes through my head, man. All I hear in my head nowadays is just that fucking Cork accent when I went to Spain. Every day, 5 days straight, the only thing I could hear in the middle of Mallorca. Well, are you from Cork? No, I'm not.
yeah,
But you ever fuck off?
Yeah,
Every
you ever see that
single
ad?
person.
And it's like, does it matter that I'm black? Does
Uh,
it matter I'm a lesbian? Does it matter that I'm from Cork?
yes.
Mm,
And then
yeah,
everyone's like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I get comment on that. I was like, oh, they're pushing the Cork agenda a bit too much on this, like
Agreed.
oh man.
yeah. But yeah, no, like I noticed that in kind of holidays, like you see lads, like if you see someone and you're on holidays and they're wearing O'Neills, they're like, geez, you can nearly start talking to them, like, but
That was
it,
me.
yeah, yeah,
Last day we were there, I was like, fuck it, I had my Kildare jersey in the bag. Throw it on me.
yeah,
Chilling.
yeah,
Right job.
that's it. Like, I love the Roscommon shorts and the Roscommon jersey on me, and like to see like who's around, like see
Yeah,
do I get spotted, like
I mean, it's in a way like people will laugh at it or whatever, like, oh, look at this fucking goober wearing his county jersey on his holiday. But it's almost
yeah,
like
yeah,
almost like a universal way, like an unspoken rule of like conversation starting or meeting somebody from Ireland on your own holidays. Like you
yeah,
see a county
oh, yeah,
jersey, you're
like
like, oh, this person must be from Ireland. Let's go over and say hi, and then
yeah.
you realize they're a dick.
Just
But
talking to a
I think
complete
I
cunt.
noticed, especially when I moved here to Ballina, like I'm not too far away. 45 minutes is like from my hometown. Like, but like you'd only wear like the Roscommon jersey if Roscommon was wearing, or like Roscommon was playing that day, or
Mm.
if something was on GA related. But I noticed walking around town Ballina that everyone like you'll come across at least 4 or 5 people wearing a Mayo jersey.
Uh,
And like they're Mayo for Sam, like they're great fans. All fairness to them, like, but I
yeah,
remember like I was driving up to the gym and there's a black fan that came across me, and just written on the side of it was Mayo for Sam. And sure,
yeah.
it was like well after the like All Ireland was over. I was like, these people, like,
I mean, it is kind of impressive though because like you're saying that there, like the Gaelic and hurling for people from Mayo is almost like religion to them. Like it is their be all and end all. Like they are
Oh yeah.
die hard for it.
Mm.
Like they will back it and preach it until all ends
Yeah.
of the earth, and still back their team even when they don't win anything or come so close and still fall at the last hurdle. And that's the
That's
beauty
it.
of it. Like the fact
Yeah.
that people are able to still follow that passionately despite all the heartbreak and the losses and stuff, and still get behind the
Yeah.
team. That's what's
That's
great
it.
about it. Like,
I was like when just in Balladream there, I'd have a good few friends and like it's an all right place to go out as well, like on a night out. But thing I've seen as well, like it's split down the middle with Roscommon and Mayo are playing like
yeah,
because technically it's inside Roscommon, but the club there plays their football in Mayo.
right.
So you'll have your pubs
That's a
that
strange one.
yeah, you'll have your the pubs in the same town be full of Rossies and be full of Mayo people. I
Yeah,
remember one year there we bet Mayo. Sure, where did we go? We're like, oh, we'll leave here now. We'll hop down to the lads there on the way over. Like,
yeah,
stop it. It was good crack now, but that's
yeah.
what it's all about. Like,
That's it. Yeah.
I personally know nothing about anything you guys just talked about. Was
fellas
that
just
Gaelic football or
fellas
what?
sitting there, little fucking rendering circles spinning on the top
Yeah,
of his forehead there. Like,
that's the thing,
uh,
man. I grew up doing like sports that were like kind of different, like kickboxing,
yeah,
archery,
kind of very
whatever.
individually based. Like it's
Yeah,
you are
like I
your own
never
kind of
watched.
sport almost.
I was at an Ulster versus Munster match, like a rugby match when I was younger.
Mm,
That's the best of it I ever seen.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't really get involved in it. Now at work, in this new place I'm in, everyone loves, like they fucking love rugby. Some of the
yeah.
lads there, they did the rugby in Blackhawk College when they're younger,
Mm.
and they're fucking massive rugby heads. And now I got to go in and hear all the depression about Ireland losing by just such a
oh yeah,
Man,
small amount.
that broke me heart. I was in the pub watching it last night, man. It broke me heart.
Trying to
Like,
get set
yeah,
up to watch it. I was a bit late, about 20 minutes in, half an hour in, and just to see, I think it was 0-8 for New Zealand, and I was like,
yeah, I
oh,
think they're
so I guess it's over already.
13 points up, I think, at one stage, and they got back to
Yeah,
1 point. And the
yeah,
referee was so bad, though. He kept giving every 50-50 straight to New Zealand. And then the try we had disallowed at the end, like,
it was a
heartbreak.
rough sports
that's
night anyway.
shocking.
You see the
Oh, no.
fucking KSI stuff? People are saying he got robbed.
Oh
That's,
yeah, if I seen pictures of the cards, and there was like apparently after the match was over, like they scribbled out the numbers. Some
yeah,
numbers were scribbled out, and then like something else was put in. Like
I've seen that.
they,
But supposedly that would have still meant Fury won the fight, though, I think, wasn't it? Because the
yeah, that's
vote
something
was
like that.
still in
Is
his
like,
favour anyway, so it wouldn't have actually
yeah,
changed the outcome of the fight.
And
yeah,
Logan bet the shit out of
Oh,
was
you
it
oh
Dylan
fuck
Dennis?
him.
yeah, he
Dylan
Yeah,
Dennis, like that's
demolished him.
hard to come back from. If he
yeah,
won that, he would have been like, oh, this guy's incredible, he's great. But with all
yeah,
that shit talk and not being able to win,
Yeah,
yeah.
looks
Like
rough.
after all he done as well, coming up to it, like he done so much. Every time I refresh my page on Instagram, Dylan Dennis had something up of Logan's girlfriend.
I was going to say he
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
dragged her into the ground.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
bad.
at the start I thought it was hilarious, but then like by week 6, I was starting to think,
It just
when's
kept
the court
going and
case?
going. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
can do
No,
it for a bit or make a joke or two. Like McGregor would have done that back in the day. But
Sure,
this was like
when him and
this is
Mayweather were doing their
really
fucking
crossing the line.
yeah,
pre-fighting rebuttal or whatever, like he was fucking going in on Mayweather for not being able to read, write, talk. This he was
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
like that's not that bad, but like doing the shit that Dylan Dennis is doing, man,
Yeah.
He just went digging for photos of the man's girlfriend and just
yeah,
went ham.
All right.
Now, in fairness, she's been with a lot of men, a lot of
Yeah,
very
yeah.
yeah.
successful men. So it does
Oh
stick
yeah,
out.
It wasn't just a few fellas here and there. Like it was
it was,
No,
fairly.
like
yeah.
there was content for months.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
wasn't there a video released where Dylan Dennis was literally saying he has like a whole album of shit he could put out of her or something.
yeah, he has
He goes to that
something.
fight.
He showed it to
Yeah, he's
somebody.
saying like the Steiny or something. I think
Said
he
it was
was
Yeah,
he was
fucked up.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, he
right.
showed it to Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross was like, "Man, that's game ending. That's fucked up. You have that."
Yeah.
So I wonder what it actually was.
Mm,
yeah.
At
I think
this point, I don't know if he'd release it, but I hope he
no.
doesn't.
No,
I mean,
like
I
he's not
I
like
kind of hope he
those.
does, but I wish it was only to me because I'm
I
like
mean, I was gonna say like he
I can
probably
see.
won't because it's not gonna do anything for him at this stage. But at the same time, I feel like he's gonna be that bitter and sour after the kind of fallout over the next couple of days to just release it just to piss Logan Paul off once more. Anyway,
Yeah,
like one kind of final nail in the coffin. Like, ah, well, you might have bet me, but this is your missus from whenever ago. How do you feel now? Like,
This is your missus.
yeah, like
yeah.
here she is for the whole world to see, kind of thing. Like,
Because aren't
Look
they
up
doing
now.
an MMA fight now? Aren't they? Because he agreed to show up or something. I seen the clip where Logan said, "If you agree to show up, we'll do an MMA fight."
or are they? I don't know. Haven't heard or anything
I
like
don't
that.
know if it's gonna happen or not. Like, but like it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, I think that's obviously Dylan's domain. Like, he'll just
Yeah,
wrestle Logan down to the ground. Well, I know Logan did a bit of wrestling as well, but I don't think it'd be the same caliber
yeah.
as jiu-jitsu. Like,
I can't even find Dylan Dennis's Twitter. What? That's very strange. Did he get rid of it? What?
Hardly.
But I have X open at the minute, and I'm
Try find it through Logan Paul thingy maybe. I'm sure he hasn't tagged in shit.
mm.
Logan.
I can find Logan instantly.
Logan Paul. Uh,
I wonder. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm not able to find anything here. Oh, there we go. Finally. Well, I just want to find out what Dylan Dennis said most recently.
Yeah,
So 10 minutes ago, he reposted him mocking Logan mid-fight. Says a stat security guard saved your life. Shut your pussy ass up. On a real fight, you're dead.
he put one up 10 minutes ago about mocking his fiance. Oh yeah, mocking his fiance mid fight.
Random drug testing right after the fight. Nice, but didn't do it beforehand. What else we got? He's
didn't
still
he try to
talking so
take
much
him?
shit. Like he has so many tweets up in the last day.
Yeah, sure. He tried. I think he tried to take him down to the ground at one stage, like, or didn't he
Yeah,
go
he
down
tried
to
to.
the ground to show, like, oh, look what I can do.
Yeah, this is it here. He's can't really see that. It's Jesus. Yeah, no, you can't see
Blurred
that.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Anyway,
literally
yeah.
went to
Rip.
take a jab and then laid out on the ground, legs in the air, spread wide, basically mocking his fiance. Like,
Oh, that's what
I
that
thought he was
was.
doing it. I
yeah,
thought he was doing
That's
a
what that
jiu-jitsu
was.
pose. Like, I thought he was going down like,
Yeah.
oh, look at you come
no,
down and
no,
wrestle
yeah,
me.
yeah, no,
No, this is your wife, buddy.
he lay down on his back, legs in the air, spread wide, spread eagle,
Oh,
yeah. Mid fight.
nah, that was,
Like if I'm Logan Paul, I would have fucking jumped on the cunt while he was laying on the
people's
ground.
elbow on him.
Oh, honest to
But
God.
like, speaking of X and Twitter, see, I think to the European Union sent Elon Musk a letter. I have it somewhere in screenshots, but apparently they're saying that they're allowing hate speech on his platform, and he has to do something about it or something like that. Anyways, like, but they're sure Elon's going to just throw that to the trash, like, he's not
The
going to take
thing
that
is,
serious.
like, nothing like hate speechy ever trends. It's always like some guy will say like I don't like blank, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might get you know max a couple hundred likes, and no one ever digs into it.
yeah, that's it. Moves on
yeah.
then, like,
And if it is like proper mental or targeted, like they will normally do something about it.
The thing with like hate speech and all that kind of edgy out of pocket stuff is it never has any sort of attention in the moment. It's always like down the line, like years down the line when it really comes back to bite you.
yeah, yeah.
Depends what you did. I think.
Well, yeah, within a certain
I think. Yeah.
yeah. That's why I'd be
Ah, yeah.
laughing because like you and Thomas or whoever like are always going on to me like, man, some of the shit you say, you need to be careful. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Man, I'm down to hear anyone's like stupid take or not. That's a bad way to open that up. Down to hear anyone's take as long as they can back it up in some capacity. Like
Yeah.
if you can back it up with any kind of fucking logic,
Oh, where
sure.
do I begin?
But like if you just say it and like
No.
someone questions on it and you fall apart,
Uh,
do you
yeah.
have much of a point?
Right,
That's
come here
it.
until I
Like,
tell you now.
Yeah.
Come here until I tell you now.
Don't
No.
be telling me jack shit, buddy. Um. So I know you're bigger than me. I'll be honest about this.
Oh,
It's kind of a
thanks.
heartbreak,
Was,
James.
was,
Not
wasn't
you,
sure it was
Willem.
coming
You're
off.
Willem. What's your squat, your deadlift, and your bench. Okay, pipe down.
So,
Listen, shout.
okay.
Um, um, what do you take, or like, have you ever done anything before, or
No, so I'm
I know you go
religious
by
about my
Bulk Boy
creatine.
Brady, which kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
makes you think you just eat a fair bit.
So yeah, because when I first started, a lot of people were saying to me, "Oh, are you going cutting down and stuff like that?" But to me, I was already very small. I was about 68, between I say 67 to 69 kg, and I was like, I'm so light, like, but see, when I went into first kind of lifting weights, and then obviously eating a good bit to kind of like build up the weight, I noticed like good results. But then I was thinking, I was afraid near enough to like cut down, because when I tried first, I felt my strength going straight away, and then I was like, okay, it's natural for that to happen, but am I going to lose so much size that I'm just going to be hardly any bigger than I was first when I started? So I haven't done really any cut. Like I've leaned down times here and there, but I've mainly kind of kept trying to put on size. But hopefully within the next maybe year or two, I'll maybe go on a proper cut and just see the results. And I just feel like this whole thing of doing, if you're starting into weights and you go bulk cut, I think you should at least try and put on mass for the least like first 2 3 years of lifting weights, and then see how you feel from there. Like, because I just
Depends where
think it'd
you're at.
be,
If you're
yeah, it's like everyone's different. Like,
240 pounds, cut down.
yeah, that's it. Like, so I
Or
always like I'm always big into my
yeah,
compound movements and stuff like that. Like, so that's what it's helped me. Like,
yeah, that's a good way to be.
yeah, yeah.
So like you
It's
said,
like,
is that like it's each to their own. Like every person's different or whatever. Like you might find doing prolonged periods of a bulk and then doing a cut is easier for you, whereas other people might prefer cut bulk,
doing
maintain
bulk
or
and cut.
whatever. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's it. Like, but no, especially I see a lot of young lads going to the gym, and obviously, you see them go in first, and they'll just start doing bicep curls, and then they go over, and then they'll do leg hamstring curls, and then they might look at something. And I think there should be something there for young lads as well, like to kind of like properly introduce them, because it can be scary enough going into a place. My first time going into a gym properly to work out was the warehouse in Galway, and there's these guys, and obviously they properly competed. They probably were on certain substance as well, but I was just looking at these guys and was like, what am I getting myself into? Like, but to me, my main goal is just like just get big and strong, just get bigger and strong as I can. Like, and still
yeah,
while able to kind of maneuver a bit, because I do taekwondo, and I've started recently into jiu-jitsu as well. Like, so
yeah.
I want to still be able to kind of maneuver a bit.
Still kind of need that explosiveness and kind of
Yeah,
bit in you as well. Like you don't want to get too kind of big that you almost lose your kind of movement and stuff
yeah,
like as well.
that's it.
I,
Yeah, yeah,
I, I
that's
think
it.
it
But
is hard as fuck to try lose like your range of motion naturally lifting.
yeah, yeah.
Like that man, the biggest guy who hasn't taken gear, I'd be amazed unless he's like a 40% body fat power lifter. But
Yeah,
most people, you're probably gonna be okay.
Mm.
yeah, more. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I
Like,
I had ChatGPT make something for me recently. I
yeah,
said to it, "Look, I like working out. I want you to design a cycle for me, and I want you to give dosages and everything. But you absolutely cannot include peptides, secretagogues, SARMs, or steroids. Use
hmm,
everything else you know about." And it gave me like a pretty okay list.
yeah.
It's just like a bunch of like different plant compounds or whatever. And I think I might try it. But like, there's a shit ton you can do if you don't want to take gear. There's a shit ton.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
I know it's kind of been overused a bit, but like if you look at like Andrew Huberman went on about like taking ashwagandha, Fidosia agrestis, Tongadali, and a couple other things, ecdysterone.
Hmm.
But there's just shit tons there.
Yeah, I heard natural seaweed as well, like that down into like a powder form, mixed in with a drink as well. I heard all that sort of stuff as well. Like,
Yeah,
now I'd like to look into it a bit more, but just give myself some time to do it.
I
Yeah,
suppose it's like if I want to spend like €100 on supplements that might or might not work
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
that's
gets
it.
expensive.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. Like,
yeah,
but yeah, the main thing for me is creatine. Like, I always try and at least 5 grams a day. Now I don't. Now I know you can do a loading phase, but I just like my advice to people just like so you can stay consistent. Like just pop in 5 grams a day. That's it. Like and if you want take your protein, obviously if you're eating well, you won't really need it. But if you're trying to build on that bit more mass, like it's just an easier way to get more of protein in. Like and I suppose you all kind of like came across the stages when your mom finds the protein and the creatine. They're like, oh, it'll be steroids next, won't it? And then you're sort of, I don't know, maybe. But, you know, you're like, no, no, no. Like, I have to say, discipline and stick to just these. Like,
It's annoying as well because like people genuinely believe that motherfuckers like shizzy are natural, and like
yeah, it's
that
crazy.
that hurts, man. That
Yeah,
hurts. Like, no, I know Shizzy wants it more. That's why he's doing more than you are.
yeah,
Like, I'm talking gear. I'm talking like he's definitely done something.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, definitely.
one thing I've unfortunately come to the conclusion to is that I don't have great genetics for building muscle. That they're bog standard, and
Yeah.
now I got to live with that, and I
Yeah.
got to like realize I got to take a year before I see any more results. 2 years,
Mm.
okay, we'll keep going for a while. But newbie gains, I think they're all used up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
uh,
know.
it's
So
hard to accept.
Yeah,
I think that's the
that
killer for a
is
lot of people
crazy.
as well. Like a lot of people kind of start into the gym or working out or doing this and doing that and expect to see results so quickly off the bat, and then they don't,
Yeah,
and they just give up. Like, oh well, like what's the point? I'm like, I'm not seeing results. I'm only 4 weeks in, or I'm only 2 months in, and I'm not seeing fuck all. Like, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my money, whatever, whatever. Like, and just stop going.
yeah. No, exactly. Especially when you see guys like, what's your man's name? Sam Sulek. Like that guy
I
is,
love Sam. I made
yeah,
Rome watch him in work. It's
he's
great.
brilliant. Like he's like,
Uh,
but he's just in crazy shape for 21 years of age. Like, and you just,
yeah,
and people were like, oh, I have to get in and get better shape like that. And you should have a mentality like that you want to reach as far as you can, but also be realistic. Like, okay, I'm not going to get to the standard without taking something.
like I think he's part of the problem why as well, because young kind of middle kind of bracket teenagers like kind of 15, 16 are kind of coming up to that stage of being able to start in gyms or seeing lads like him or 21, 22 and fucking built like a transit van and think, oh yeah, like that's
It's
Yeah,
achievable. Like
it's great that you're saying that.
what?
Yes, but he's back. It's great that you're saying that, Will, because people would think, oh, a couple months it looked like Sam. Sam put up a poll yesterday, and it
Mm,
was a question of how many years he'd been lifting. So 42% of his audience said a year or less.
yeah.
Jesus.
That's like young lads who just got into it and they're thinking, I can look like this.
Mm,
Only 11% of his audience were up over 5 years, and the 3 to 4 range is 13%. So roughly 25% of his audience has actually taken it seriously.
mm,
But all these young lads are going to be thinking like, oh, I'm going to start taking a multivitamin. That'll improve it. Okay, take more
yeah.
creatine. Okay, okay. What's the max amount of creatine I can take? Okay, we'll do a little bit higher than that as well. Okay. What about glutamine? What about beta alanine? What about okay? What's the least dangerous steroid? Okay, maybe I'll experiment with Rad 140, and then it goes
Mm,
into this
Just keeps
yeah,
going and going.
cycle.
Just one
D
after.
ball and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, but it's also annoying because like as I remember Coach Greg saying this before, $100 worth of train will be $10,000 worth of natural supplements any day of the week, and it
gee.
like train and it all costs nothing. Like it's cheap as
You were
fuck.
saying that actually, yeah. What was it? You said you saw something. It was like €60 or something.
I was looking into Test Booster
That was it,
from
yeah.
Alpha Line, and I was looking at G Test from Greg Doucette as well. And yeah, on one of the sites that would sell them in Europe for cheaper, like include Winstrol and shit. And now I don't know much about steroids. I don't know if Winstrol is good, but Winstrol was like 44 for like 30 capsules of whatever dosage. So shit is crazy cheap.
Yeah,
Anavar
sure.
too.
That's just as
That
much
was
as
there for
freezing.
under
Like,
100.
it's ridiculous.
And you can take in pill form as well, which is like super appealing to young lads.
Yeah,
Like
Mm.
you tell this kid, oh, you take some of these, you'll be great. They don't look into the side effects properly, and then they got tiny
yeah.
testicles and they're scared.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they
Going
just
around
don't
with a face
realize.
like a moon crater.
Huh?
Going around with a face like a moon crater.
Yeah, Matt Sam Stokes' face is more scar tissue than face tissue.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
crazy.
Like,
Like,
and that's not to be mean. Like, he's incredible. I think he's pretty cool. Used to hate on him just for the sake of hating on him, but I think he's
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. Like, especially like I don't like at least like in the morning, like I'll go through at least like 4 or 5 edits of like Sam. So like just
Every day.
these, yeah. Like I tell you, man, like every day, like I come across and like, but like yeah, I suppose like he has a dream, but then you're no, like I'm a bit concerned for him as well because like your man Kenny, KO said, he's at such a young age and in that shape, like. Is it going to be a stage where 5 years down the line we're going to be hearing about Sam like found dead or something like that? Like, but you don't want to hear like, but
Yeah,
it's
it's kind of almost becoming a bit
Like,
of a theme to kind
his
of.
literal max age is 60. Like,
yeah,
if he does doing the IFBB and he does win competition, like say a big one, not the Olympic or something, but he just wins the competition flat out and stops. So
yeah,
that's like his shortest duration of staying in this stuff. If he just did that, focused on his health for the rest of his life, trained naturally, took, you know, just supplements for his health.
Mm,
Yeah, he's dying at 60 no matter what after all this. Be
yeah,
on TRT for the rest of his life and just good luck to him.
mm,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Like, that's it. Like, it's just
But
crazy.
yeah,
Like,
there's plenty of natural stuff you can take. Just try that first. Like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking at like stuff because I asked ChatGPT for a lot of help with supplement stuff because it explains it pretty well. Like you can put in like explain like I'm five and it'll do it. It's pretty good for that. But there's some stuff that you can take like right now that'll just make you look bigger. Like if you take glutamine and creatine, you will just
yeah,
even with no progress in the actual gym, work out
Mm,
for
yeah,
a week, take these for a week in your loading phase. You're actually just gonna look bigger.
yeah. Water
Um,
weight as well. Like a lot of water on
yeah.
board. Like, yeah, it helps. Like I don't
So
step into
yeah,
the gym unless like I have like a liter drink or I'm drinking a liter. Like, and then like by the end of the workout, you're like, oh yeah, class, look at me, and post on Instagram. And then like when you go home, then you're like, where it's
pump goes
gone?
away
Like,
and you shrivel up.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
I was like crubbing up the calf there the other weekend.
Yeah, we noticed that when like because we took some pre-workout, we noticed that one of the lads, as he's always been fairly vascular, right? But he's fairly skinny. He's been fairly lean, but he's doing a deadlift, and when he got up from the deadlift, got the weight back up, his chest would just expand for a second, and so would his arms, and then 20 seconds later, it just went back down to normal.
Yeah, puts it back on the
no.
floor and the pump kind of
Yeah,
dies off and he just fucking
like
deflates again.
for 4 seconds, he looks ripped, Olympia ready, but like he's back down to bog standard afterwards.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Horrible feeling. Like you're like, oh, quickly, I better get home quick. When it's good lighting, or there's too many people in the gym. Like, quick, get home now before this goes. Like, take a
Yeah.
picture. But
Mm,
I don't know exactly. Like, it's just, but I just see a lot of people that do jiu-jitsu now, and they're in very good nick because obviously they're using their entire body,
yeah.
and great and like endurance as well. So I mean, I started doing there a couple of weeks ago. It's hard to get into it now and then, like with work and all that, but I'm finding it good. It is really good, like for building endurance strength. And I changed around my weight training around that small bit. I've gone more high endurance reps, because when you're 4 minutes resting someone and your arms are getting tired, like you're thinking to yourself, like, I don't know how much longer I can last here, like, but no, I kind of adjust my training for that now.
Mm,
depends what you're into.
Yeah.
So I did ask if you've ever taken anything, and you did kind of like pretty much just say no, but like
Oh yeah,
supplements
no,
and all that.
no.
What do you take? I know you take creatine. Is that it?
Creatine, I take a bit of vitamin D, and then also I just have the odd protein shake here and there. But mainly I just try and eat well, try and eat plenty.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the height of it now. So yeah, that's it. That's it for
And
now, I guess.
Willem, you're on Winstrol still, aren't you?
yeah.
No. Um, man, actually seeing gearheads in a gym, it's like it's rough to experience, man.
Yeah,
Like just getting like mogged pretty much, just looking tiny.
Oh, yeah.
I went to a new
Seasonal.
gym, Southside Gym in Sandyford, and there's some monsters in there, man. There's one guy, and he was built like. You ever watched Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that dwarf from the first one?
The witch.
Remember the dwarf? Is it Gimli?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
guy
yeah.
built like Gimli. Like he had a big pot belly, but he was like jacked everywhere else. He had a big
All
ginger beard,
compact.
and he was kind of
Oh
short.
man.
And he was
Fuck's
doing
sake.
like all these like powerlifting movements, and I just like Jesus Christ, like I'm in here with like legit dwarven warriors. Yeah, there's some
Fucking
fucking
hell.
units in there.
There's one of the lads from near my home place now. I remember we were in the gym, and like at the stage he was only 15 and he was able to do 105 bench, like 105 kg bench at age 15. Like, but his brother wasn't as big as him, but the brother was fairly strong as well. And I just think genetics. That's where genetics come into play. Like, and some of them are just like some people that can just be mentally strong, like just without hardly doing anything. Like.
Hmm.
So it's ridiculous. Like, but I found like I was naturally good at running, like 100 meter sprint. I was fairly good at it. That's why I was very good at like the football back in the day. Well, I wasn't like I wasn't technically gifted with the football. I was just fast. Like, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, but then I sort of was tired of being like small and fast. I was like, I just want to get big and somewhat keep the speed. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But,
Yeah, genetics and all that.
yeah.
Depends what you're
Yeah.
made for. Like Willem, you were like crazy good at running.
Yeah. Kind of.
Like
Yeah.
you like skinny as fuck and were able to run crazy distance.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Then he found women and money.
Yeah.
But now he's found the gym, so we're on the right track.
Yeah. Back
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
right track. But
that's the thing.
yeah, no. It was a bit of a runner back in the day, yeah. So yeah.
Did you do marathons or anything like that? Did you?
I never did a full marathon. The most I usually did was just 10 miles. Did a good few
Yeah,
10
okay.
miles. That was kind of the kind of height of it or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was never really a long distance runner. It was kind of more kind of 3K, 5K kind of distance was kind of like my sweet spot or whatever.
yeah.
But
Not
yeah, I
too
did
bad.
a few 10 miles though. Back 2018, 2019 kind of time. Yeah, 'cause my old lad would have ran as well. He did it. He's done a good few marathons and ultra marathons and all this sort of stuff,
Yeah,
and still does a good few now. Like, but yeah, it was kind of started in a period there after leaving cert, just finished school, and struggling to get a job or whatever, and obviously had no money, so couldn't get into the gym or whatever. So it was kind of like an escape almost, a kind of way to kind of distract myself and kind of keep myself sane or whatever. So go out
yeah,
running and just do running for 4, 5, 6 days a week, like.
yeah. Well, exactly.
So
Like, yeah,
like I said, just kind of became a bit of a habit then after, and sure, yeah.
yeah. That's it now.
So
But you're
yeah,
lifting big weights now, so that's the main thing.
that's it. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
getting there anyway.
you've the better deadlift out of all of us. I think 140.
130, 140, yeah.
it's good. It's good.
So
I forget. I think mine was 115, and that was a hard 115.
Yeah,
I was
it can be
laughing.
tough. Yeah,
I was laughing because you struggled, but you got your 115, and then Crow was there kind of going around the big man like, oh yeah, gonna drop a 130 now, and he struggled with that, and then I was just there like, yeah, all right.
The guy nearly died at 130. His face was about to explode.
There's two of you there laughing at me, and I did my 130 for, what was it, 4 reps, 3 reps?
Yeah, it was terrifying. It was like, okay, we're all doing like a 1 rep max. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, because me,
Exactly
like,
what we can do. And
to
then
me,
you
it's
just
all.
got one
Yeah.
that we couldn't do and did it for multiple reps. Terrifying. Like by the second rep, my jaw was on the floor. I was picking it up.
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
Haven't done deadlifts in a while now. Well, hoping to get back to it now. Obviously, this winter doing them like. But
Mm,
no, most now I don't know what it is 220, and I failed it to 230.
yeah.
But like I don't know. There's some days, and yeah, like I went through a stage where I was just constantly able to hit a PR in it, like and like every 3 weeks, like, and then all of a sudden just
Just hit a
wouldn't move
wall, like,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and it kind of throws you off there. Like, well,
I was
hopefully,
gonna
like, I get
say,
back.
yeah, you're on such like a good run of consistently kind of upping it over a period of a few months or whatever, like every
Yeah,
3 weeks, like you said, and then just smack, like
yeah,
just hit a wall, and all of a sudden you're kind of everything's just gone. Your confidence, your like
yeah,
that feeling just goes so quickly. Like second guessing everything. Have I just been getting lucky? What am I doing
yeah.
wrong?
Exactly.
Like you're doing the
Yeah,
same stuff. Like what am I doing wrong? Like I'm doing everything the exact same. Like what's happening? Was my body just
man, it can
giving
depend
up?
on what time you fucking woke up at. Like,
That's what I was laughing
what
because
kind of form you're gonna have in the gym.
like we went into the gym
Yeah,
there one morning I think and I couldn't even do 50 on the bench, and then went in
yeah,
like 2 days later after work
70, I
and
think.
did the 65 on the bench and hit a PR. Like so
yeah.
there
That's
is
it.
that
Like,
side of it as well.
yeah. No, some days, like, even if you don't plan on going for a PR like that day, like,
Yeah,
for some you might just feel it. You're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll go for it. Like, while I'm here, like, and
yeah.
some days it can turn out to be great. Like,
I was literally me the day I hit that bench PR because two of us were in work there that morning. I think it was a Tuesday morning. It was the week we went to Cavan. It was that Tuesday,
Yeah,
yeah,
and we're in work. I don't know what happened or what came over me, but like the last hour and a half of work, I found like a dirty second wind. Jared was seeing it, like seeing me kind of
head is
filling up with
wrecked.
energy out of nowhere. Like he said, right, we're going into the gym, we're doing bench today. I was like, right, grand. I had that much energy in me at one stage. I was nearly fucking curling the bench, like just standing there
yeah.
waiting for him to kind of start into his sets and just standing there lifting the bench up, like and doing small little curls at the bench, like.
Yeah,
So yeah,
What would your one rep max be at the moment?
for bench,
Yeah,
my PR is 65, but I probably 60. I can do a strong 60 for one rep.
yeah,
let's say you can probably do
okay,
more than 65 now.
yeah.
Possibly. It's been a while since I benched, so
If you
I'm the same
train
number, 65.
yeah.
if you train 80% of that, I found this is a great way to try and get a bench. If you train 80% of that for 4 to 6 weeks, like, try and get that for reps, like 80% off it. So whatever 80% off it is, I'm not great at maths now, but
Yeah, about 50
and
or so, yeah.
yeah, and try and get that for 12, 15 reps, like, if possible. And I find, like, building your back as well, like lat pull downs and the bent over rows straight into seated rows is great because I like a fella told me when I was training when I just started training, he was like, you wouldn't build a house without a great foundation first.
Yeah.
Your back is your foundation, like, and
Mm,
you need that to kind of help you really. And after I trained kind of back and chest a few times together, then I started seeing my bench going up naturally, and then I kind of was able to split them days away from each other. Then when I was training 80% of the bench, then
yeah. That's it. It's just consistently kind of building up that kind of
yeah,
strength of it and just getting used to it. Like instead of just going right, I can do 60 for three. Let's try to do 65 for one, or I can
yeah,
do 130 deadlift for three. Let's try 140 for one, or whatever. You just get used to
Yeah,
this
yeah,
way over time. Like
that's
just
it.
build
Like,
it up. Then
yeah,
after, same with anything in the gym. You just get used to the weight you're comfortable at, and you can do comfortably for consistent reps and sets, and then just build it up from there.
yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's it.
So
one thing I've been struggling with is trying to failure at the minute.
yeah.
I fucked
Yeah,
up my wrist about 5 weeks ago when I started that job with Willem,
Mm.
and I just had I was doing a bent over row, and my wrist just popped, and had a massive it's like a protruding bone
Oh
that
yeah,
is
I
now
remember
gone
that
down.
actually.
I
Yeah.
didn't go doctor, didn't go nothing. It healed itself, but yeah, I've had some weird wrist issues since. So it's like it's harder to
Yeah.
train to failure now because the wrist is the first thing that goes. So
yeah,
Mm.
I can do rows again now with straps and all, but it'll still kind of go on me earlier than the back will. So it's kind of
Mm.
yeah,
hard to legs and all, no problem. Uh, abs, no problem. Shoulders, I'd say no problem. But then you get in anything else, maybe besides chest, everything else will
Mm.
start to struggle,
yeah. So it's just
especially
a
when you've been
pulling
doing
motion on the wrist.
that. Yeah.
Anything that you go pulling, would you'd feel it, like,
Yeah, I feel the tendon twang.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Annoying. Yeah, yeah.
Not a nice feeling.
No.
Yeah. No, that'll do it to you, all right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, just shit some collagen and protein and pray to God.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Keep a good faith. Keep a good
Yeah.
faith. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Uh,
always take loads of stuff for my joints and all that, and just tendons. Like once a tendon goes,
it's very
it's
tough
kind
to
of
get
it.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, never the same. Like it's repaired, it can be repaired, but it's not going to be,
You know.
always the same. Like but yeah, unfortunately, I had a friend that he's a very good footballer. Now he did his cruciate,
Oh yeah.
and
That'll
yeah,
hurt. Yeah.
yeah, and now he's back. He can do a bit, like, but it's going to
Oh
take
yeah.
him.
Once when the
And
ligaments go, that's it. It's if you get a ligament
yeah,
injury in any capacity in any sport, that's your time to just call it wraps. Like
yeah, that's
um,
it. Yeah, yeah,
I'm actually kind of glad you brought that up because I was going to say it there now, just on the topic of injuries. There seems to be a very high level of ligament injuries going on in sport at the moment,
yeah.
especially in football. Like I'd say since the start of the year, like the amount of players that are going out with injuries, with cruciate ligaments or
Do,
just
do, do you
ligament
notice
injuries in
that some of
general.
those guys are healing way too fast?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He
I
rushed
found
back
out
onto
about
the
something
pitch.
called it's a peptide called body protective compound.
Mm,
It's made in your stomach, so it is kind of natural. But if obviously you take it, you're doing like a WADA
yeah,
tested competition of anything, it's not legal. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, body protective compound and TB 500.
Mm,
It's
Mm,
like called like the Wolverine peptides if you take them together. Like you
yeah,
heal like crazy fast. MMA fighters are talking about them at the minute
yeah. I
and
mean,
loving it because like you tear was it like is it your meniscus or something like it's around your knee?
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like that injury is supposed to set you back a long, long time. Some guys
Ligament
Mm,
healed
injuries,
completely in 6 weeks.
ligament. I think ligament injuries, as it is, put you out for what 7 months on average, give
yeah.
or
Tend
take.
to ruin you, yeah.
That's the same
So
injury David Goggins got, and he still ran the marathon. Like, it was ridiculous.
Well, he ran on two broken feet. He didn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
like that's what like being someone who's big into playing football, obviously not with a team or whatever now, but even just doing the ash, like I know for a fact if I get an injury, I'm not rushing it, especially if it's a ligament injury. Like just let that fucker heal. If it's 7 or 8 months, fair enough. Like it'll
yeah,
probably fucking kill me and ruin my mental health for a while. But like I'd rather put up with it for the 7 8 months than come back after 3 or 4 months and tweak it again a couple of weeks later and be out for twice as long again. Then like because that
oh
is
yeah,
something
exactly.
that is a career ender. Like if you do not let that
Yeah,
heal properly, that is
Yeah.
it. Like, hang up your boots, call it a day, because that
yeah,
it'll come back and haunt you, and it'll come back and bite you twice as much.
that's it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've
You just have to
seen
be
it.
careful.
Like I've seen it with mates of mine. Like a fella I went to school with, played football with him for 4 5 6 years. Absolutely ruined his ligament in one of the ligaments in his knee here when he was 15, I think 16. Could have even been younger.
Yeah,
Which could wasn't the same since he was always getting small injuries and picking up niggles and just. Now I don't know. I think he saw it out like for the full duration or whatever, but even still, like full recovery process,
It adds
did
up.
everything right, came back and still wasn't the same. Like so,
no,
it will ruin you.
yeah, no, no. It takes for ages. Like, this isn't worth it. Not worth rushing back.
One thing that always looks horrific whenever you see it, like pec tears or bicep tears and shit
Oh,
like that when
Oh,
the tendon goes there. It is
yeah.
that's a sad sight.
I
ankle
remember
injuries are
seeing.
horrible as well.
You remember
Ankles.
Callum Vaughan Munger or Munger? Is it Callum Vaughan Munger, like the Australian bodybuilder? I remember seeing his bicep. I think he was doing a double bicep curl or double deadlift. I know him and another fella were doing a deadlift, or him and another fella were doing a bicep curl, and then you just see it go, like, and
Oh,
disgusting.
Yeah, and good luck. Just good luck. I hope that surgery goes well. Get it fast.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've
never.
ankle injuries are horrible as well. Like seeing some photos and shit like of players' ankles literally hanging off the bottom of their foot, like and
Oh,
oh, actually,
rotten.
I saw one firsthand here the other night on Tuesday. I was out with my Astra or whatever, and
Yeah.
one of the lads, no one around him, untouched, went to control the ball. Ball got stuck under his foot, rolled the
Oh,
ankle, and you could hear the crack off the ankle as it
gee.
broke. Like crutches now for 6 weeks, a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Like
There you go. Like,
like the scary thing was it was unimpeded. Just ball got stuck under his foot. The ankle just didn't do what an ankle should do.
Yeah, just happened like that. Like,
Yeah, like literally went to control the ball, got stuck under his foot, whatever way the ankle went, landed awkwardly on it or whatever, and crack, gone.
yeah,
Poor
that's
bastard.
it.
So
Yeah,
they're the ones that terrify me. Is the ones where it happens and there's no contact. It's not from contact or a tackle or whatever. It just
yeah.
happens unimpeded, untouched or whatever.
It's just a pure freak accident altogether.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah, it's scary enough. Like,
yeah, actually, look, it's all part and
yeah,
parcel of this
Well,
stuff.
be sitting on your hole, eating donuts every day, getting fat,
Yep, that is
getting
me.
ugly,
This right here.
being fat.
This is the peak male performance for 2023. All of this, bask in it, take it in. This is what the peak male performance looks like in today's day and age. If you're not happy, well then that's tough.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no.
Your man's big enough as well. What's his name?
No, thanks.
Protein bar.
We're gonna see him next weekend. I'm doing an event, Gamerfest. Will is my +1, so is
Yeah.
Crow, and I have another fake creator pass for one of them to use. But yeah, he's there as well. I kind of want to get a picture with him. I really
Yeah.
want to see how much of a difference there is.
Yeah, I
Because
walked beside
he's
him.
just
All
like,
right, we were
Jesus.
in. Sorry, no, go ahead. Yeah, sorry, what you were saying there.
no, I was gonna end on that. He's just fucking huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's yeah. I walked past him before. I didn't realize it was him. It was before the protein bar thing. Like, but we're in. I think it was 360 at the time, a nightclub in Carrick-Shannon, and sort of kind of just kind of brushed by him. I was like, big enough out there now, like But yeah, he is big now in person. Like, I wouldn't be the tallest. I'm 5'8", like, but I think he's well over 6 foot at least. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah. He's Jimmy on altogether. But you see all the
Nothing
TikTok
to make you smaller.
beef, the TikTok beef going on between him and what's that some Rob fella, but I think they're all doing it just for the clout. Like, they're all just calling each other out and all that crap.
Whatever
like,
floats your boat, like, you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Could never be me.
I used to do that.
Dragging people's names in the ground could never be me.
I did that with a bunch of streamers when I was streaming. Did like a versus thing with some of them, and that did get a bit of attention. It was pretty good, but it was hard to be original with it.
Yeah.
So,
I had a bit of a TikTok beef with Nevo. Have you heard of Nevo?
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I know a lot of works in Tesco down the road, and he had a thing with her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Walshy.
Oh man, what a guy.
Oh yeah, there's some argument about something stupid like, but I said like, so she said something about the hairline. I was like, at least it's real, not like your eyelashes or something, or the rest of it's all fake. Like, then she made a video about me like, obviously this fella's never had a girlfriend. Like, we get fake eyelashes and all this stuff. Like, and sure, it's obviously it was just a roast. Like, she took it way too far. Like.
Yeah, no, Nevo is a great person, and I love her dearly. Please don't make a video about me.
Please don't make a video about me ruining
Nevo,
my life.
Legit. Yeah, she do a few people's head in, but I almost at this point out of my way to avoid her. She'll have a go at anyone, and people like kind of glaze her so much that kind of justify anything she says.
Yeah,
she has like historically bad takes.
Well, that's why I'm laughing, like, because you were saying there, like, she made some comment about your hairline, you clap back, and she just fucking lost full, like.
Yeah.
Don't give shit out. Like, don't dish it out if you can't take it back, like.
Yeah, that's it, like, sure.
I'd be laughing, like, I just said to Jared and Thomas and the lads the whole time, like, I'm at a stage now where if people are gonna fucking diss me or come at me, most of the time I have to help them, because the shit they're saying to me, I've already heard it 1,001 times.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
you've got a big nose. Yeah, no shit. Tell me something I don't know. Here, try this one instead. Like, you've got a fucking...
You've got a big mick. Oh, tell me something I haven't heard, like... Or sure, that's something new.
Yeah, no.
That's it, like...
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, it's just them people that like drama, they just, they
like
the
same people then as well, like, he said my eyelashes are fake. You have to do good, guys. None of this negativity. Fuck off, man. Don't be wrecking me head like. Don't be talking about preaching positivity when you're here fucking saying his hairline looks like fucking whatever.
Yeah,
Like, oh
yeah.
man.
Burns from the Simpsons.
Oh,
I do feel you shouldn't go with someone unless you're 100% sure on what you're going for.
Yeah,
Like I've
that's
only
it.
I've only gone for Sean Fitzness
mm,
because it was so blatant that he was just a fucking knob and was on gear and just wouldn't say anything.
yeah.
Like I'm following the bro split, and that's why my results are so good. So this day I do this, and that day I do that, and I come home and I have a protein yogurt, and I'm massive. Buy my €100 program. Like
Yeah.
no, like you're just on a shit ton of gear. You're as natural as your hairline. Be honest about it.
Yeah.
Also, like this program's mid as fuck. We know someone nearby, Connor Ennis
Yeah.
Fitness. He does
Mate
a
of
fitness
mine, yeah.
page. Yeah, he has a better setup than what this guy had.
Yeah.
And just a smaller guy trying to, figure it out. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Con is big as well. Like
no, he is.
he's quite big now, to be fair to him. He's
I,
been putting in the
I've
hard
been
yards.
asked. Go on.
I was just saying he's been putting in the hard yards, like, and you can see it's paying off for him.
I'm gonna pull something up. I often get asked how big I think someone can get, like the actual
Naturally.
results you could expect.
I think you were showing me some of these in work there, weren't you, the other week?
Yeah, bronze edge bodybuilders and maybe some silver ones. Just gonna
Mm,
pull up one. And I'll just show it to you. I'll pull it from here. Do. Oh, that's hard now. There we go. I genuinely think you can get about as big as this, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's from that from the 1920s, is it? Or what year is that from?
That's 40, 50s.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
their 40s to 60s, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, sincerely, I
mm,
think if you took the right stuff and you worked out for definitely more than 2 years, yeah, you
Mm,
could look like this sometimes.
Yeah,
definitely.
sometimes.
Depending on the time of year, you could look like this, yeah.
When the lighting is correct.
And never after the age of 35. But yeah, you probably get here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah.
When it's not a
I'm not
ridiculous
going to pull up
physique
the
either.
Bronze
Like,
Age ones because most of our posing was done naked. So
oh,
Yeah.
I could
yeah.
try that up.
That's a bit of me.
It's a bit of you in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Like them 1800 strongmen are just like some of them like in ridiculous shape for like just having the limited stuff they had, like like George Hackensmith. He invented the bench press and obviously the hack squat, but he was in serious nick like for someone that like
he
was
was
just doing
he
it
was
all
the only guy
natural.
who was over 200 pounds.
I think so. Yeah, I think I read that somewhere. Like, but he's a big
I
fella. Like,
will. I need to scan for nudes first. Like none of these pictures are nude, right? Okay, I'm able to show this one. It's terrible. I have to check this.
Fucking hell.
There he is on the right there. Of course, you could look
yeah,
like him naturally. There's
Yeah.
plenty of fucking lads who look better naturally, but
That's me now,
two
lad.
hundred pounds, yeah, you could look
You
like
just
this.
can't see it because of the hoodie. It's hiding up everything you have
This little
underneath.
picture, so it'll be right beside Willem's head on our screen.
Yeah.
That one with his back and all, like that guy got pretty fucking shredded.
yeah,
Your man here just put the suit on, is it?
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
Imagine you gave him roids.
Jeez.
You're dealing with a proper beast.
yeah.
Fucking
Is he
sure.
an Estonian strongman? I think he was Estonian, but he had a very like English American sort of name for being an Estonian. Could be wrong.
He lived fairly long, did he? Why does he
So.
have a WWE thing?
I think he trained some army or something like that. I think it was the German army or something like that. Like he had physical training in World War One or something like that. Could be
Jesus.
wrong.
Interesting. But he has a whole page dedicated to him on WWE. So
Yeah.
he won. He won in life. There you go.
Yeah.
He achieved life.
But
Yeah.
I feel like every time we get someone on who works out, we just talk about working out for ages. I know you do other shit.
Yeah.
So you said to me recently you got big into religion again.
Yes. I'm big into
Actually,
that,
part of the
yeah.
reason we're recording late today, you went to mass earlier with your girlfriend, which fair
Yeah.
play. What got you
Yeah.
into it?
Yeah, so I always believed, and it's like, I was sort of brought up that way, like I was brought to church, but then they came to a stage where, they let me. Mom and dad was like, well, if you want, you can go to church. If you want, like, you can go to mass. If you want, like, we're not going to push it.
Kind
I
of.
went a few times, and then, but it wasn't until probably COVID then, and the head start going down and stuff like that. Like, and I was trying all this, like, the law of attraction, positive thinking. I was like, it's not working for me. It's just not working for me. And
Mm,
then I remember reading the verse, and it was like, if God is for me, who can be against me? I remember, like, that's a great one. Like,
yeah.
nothing can hurt me, like obviously physically, but eventually, if I've God on my side, like,
Mm,
I can achieve some great things. I got into that a bit more and more. And now I'm going to, church with my girlfriend now, and um, I'm really reading into it, and the stuff like I read, and I might question it, but then I start digging a bit more, and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, no, that makes sense. But like I remember, I remember like people would be asking me like, oh, what's your favorite saint? But then I'm thinking like, well, there is really none that come before like Jesus, like he's the one that died on the cross for me, like, and if you think about like all like people doing penance and stuff like that, but yes, he went through all that for me, like, and
Yeah.
that's wrapping my head around that, like, he went through all that for me, like, and to think
Yeah.
like, so I could like sin, and I have sinned before and all that stuff, and but he did that so I can be washed free of that sin, and every time like I do something, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done that, like,
Yeah.
and it just keeps me in check now a bit more, like,
It
uh,
keeps you grounded, like, and kind of gives you
yeah,
something to kind of believe in and kind of push for
that's it,
as well.
yeah, yeah,
Like I
exactly,
wouldn't be massively religious myself. Like I only go to church for like special occasions, like weddings or if it's a funeral or like Christmas Eve or whatever, that sort of stuff. Like it wouldn't
yeah,
be like a regular Sunday thing. I'm not going to sit here and like, oh yeah, like I'm a massive believer, but even
mm,
like what you were saying there, like there is certain like verses and stuff from the Bible that you do kind of read or hear, and you can even kind of take them and kind of
relate to them and stuff.
adapt them to your own kind of situation or whatever,
Yeah.
and apply them
There
to
are
your
some
own,
lines in the Bible that
apply them
just
to
go hard.
yourself. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
But even the way you
um,
were saying there, like about obviously Jesus dying on the cross and dying for you or whatever, like obviously you'll have people that turn around like, oh well, it wasn't just you that he died for. Like there's 7.5, 8 billion other people in the world as well. Like, but
yeah,
obviously for your own personal self, you're gonna take that and use it for yourself. Like,
oh yeah, yeah,
just use it as your own personal motivation or whatever, or almost like a
that's
way
it,
of keeping yourself in check, like you were saying. Like,
yeah. It's like I know I'm never going to be perfect, like, and
no one's ever gonna be
then
perfect. Look at me.
yeah. Well,
In fairness, no one ever could be.
Hey,
yeah,
have you seen me?
that's it.
2023, image of perfection, man. Take it in, soak it up. Nah, but yeah. Like we all
Yeah,
like
no,
it is an interesting one. Like I said, I wouldn't be massively religious myself, but I
yeah,
like it's being able to find like them kind of little things and from the Bible or through religion down the centuries and all these years and being able to apply them to your own life and apply them to yourself to give you the motivation or give you the reassurance or keep yourself in check. Like it is a nice one to kind of dive into and dig into and tap
yeah.
into. Like,
That's it. Like, and as well, like, especially like I know I've read into different kind of mythologies, and my favorite one probably, well, no, I don't follow the religion or anything like that, like this
yeah,
religion, but Norse mythology I found very interesting, obviously because I'm a big Vikings fan,
yeah,
TV show, and obviously I kind of like looked into that, like, then kind of like this is before I got really into Christianity, but then I could see like the conversion from Norse to Christianity, like from
yeah,
when the Vikings came to England and all that stuff, like. But yeah, no, I found that very interesting as well. Like, but I see a lot of people when they hear like a Christian, then they're like, oh, they're very close minded. They're very, but like it like anyone could walk into the mass or church and listen to the word of God, and if it's not for them, fair enough. But it's always welcome for anyone to
yeah.
listen to. Like,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, see, when I walk into churches, I just burn because I was born in England. So, I step foot in a Catholic church, straight up into flames, poof. But yeah, no, that's one I get quite a lot now, actually.
Yeah.
Even from this fella sitting here with us, Jer. Oh, like you
My
can't go
my
to a Catholic church, you'll burn. Fucking
my
Protestant.
uncle now, he was born in England. We call him a plastic fatty.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
but,
it's good. But yeah, no, and I'm doing the clothing line at the moment, whole strength, through them, and when I really got into them, then I was, and but see, they see my videos from doing, posting Bible verses on my Instagram through when I was doing push-ups or training and stuff like that. But I was very much into stoicism before that.
yeah,
Um, but then when I got into like Bible verses, they seen that, and they contacted me. And I was like, right, okay, you know, this crowd is onto me. I'm gonna have to really, do what I preach. Like, and I've got really going to church more and more. Like, so,
yeah.
so
I mean, like it is kind of like you were saying there with the clothing or whatever. It's almost it kind of separates you from the rest. It's a very kind of specific kind of niche or whatever in terms of being able to relate it to what you do and how you apply it to your own life as well. Because you don't
yeah,
hear of many, well, myself anyway, I don't really hear of many people that like try to incorporate religion and their religious beliefs into what they do.
yeah,
And if they do, is it's not a large group of people that do it or that you hear about. Like, so to be
yeah,
able to like have that there as something you can kind of use to separate yourself from the rest, it's a
yeah,
nice one as well. Like,
yeah. So there it is. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. There, yeah, that's the latest one actually. Yeah, that's a good one. But
If the God is with us, who can be against us? There we go.
yeah, that's my favorite one. Yeah, that's my
mm,
favorite quote. Yeah.
Let's
But
keep it
yeah,
lit,
yeah, I
like.
know. Yeah,
But yeah, fair play, Jim.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
cheers,
we're all
cheers.
a thing that keeps us together. I do have to call you out in the stoicism one now. I think
Yeah,
like if you look at the state of like content on that, it
mm.
falls in line with the Sigma stuff. Like
It
if
does a
I
lot
look
of
up
it. Yeah,
stoicism right now, I'm gonna get some real fucking garbage thrown at me. So
a lot of it is. Yeah, you have
what is it?
to.
What does it mean?
To me, anyway, stoicism, what that means to me is being able to, no matter what life throws at you, that you will be able to kind of stand firm and continue on what your path and continue what you're doing. Because life is about that. Many readings from Marcus Aurelius says that, no matter what is thrown at me, I wasn't brought onto this planet just to stand here and cry about it. Like, I
yeah,
am going to move forward and continue on with my path no matter what's going to be thrown at me. But like you said, like you come across a lot of things, and it does fall under the kind of like the Sigma thing, and it's kind of just used as a, I don't know what to call it, like, but it's just used to kind of promote themselves, like, oh, I'm a stoicism, and but they're not preaching it, like, they're not
yeah,
treating
Yeah,
true stoicism.
yeah,
yeah. Unfortunately, you just get some keep quiet Sigma shit, and
Yeah,
it's yeah, it's rough. And you get the same with like Christianity stuff as well. They'll just make like a some guy will make 14 fucking King Baldwin edits and call it a day. I'm like,
yeah.
no, no,
I come across a lot
that's
of
not
them
what
as
it
well. Like,
means. It doesn't mean we go take the Holy Land. Not now.
yeah, yeah,
All that,
not now.
yeah,
man.
Yeah,
I loved doing that post. I did this one on like taking back the Holy Land for Ireland or whatever.
yeah.
And
yeah,
my brother, I think I said that earlier on to you. My brother got on to me and he's like, "Yeah,
Be careful
I
there,
don't think you
whatever.
should be doing that. It's people might take
Yeah,
us the wrong way. It's super political right now."
yeah.
mm,
But so
I see.
far so good. So
yeah,
if
I see.
thing is, if it ever actually became a thing of people are getting annoyed by this, or it maybe I didn't realize how serious it was, I'll get rid of it. But
yeah,
Yeah,
so far it's been good.
yeah. No, exactly. Like I seen that post and edit, and it was like, Israel for the Israelis, and then at the next slide it was like, no, Palestine for the Muslims, and then it was like, no, Israel or Israel for little, and it was like some fella dressed in like a little outfit, like right in front of it, like,
oh, stop.
uh,
I
yeah,
see
and
another
everyone
one.
like,
It was like the
Oh
same,
my
but for
yeah,
like give it to Wales.
yeah, give it to it.
Yeah, it was like a
Jesus Christ.
slideshow, and like it was actually like a legit thing. It was like give it to Wales, and like next was like the list of reasons why, like reestablish Wales on like the fucking, like the I don't know the world stage and shit like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, you're
Yeah.
not. I don't think if you just gave Wales fucking Israel, I don't think they could do much with it. I think
No,
Yeah.
worse off if you
probably
did
not.
that.
No.
Do you ever come across that fella does he comments on people's live TikToks and he's like, "Give me a country for an edit." And anytime someone gives him the country Wales, he just like puts a picture of like he just an edit of like the animal whales like in the water. Like they're like, right, okay, not a country,
Nice.
but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to yeah.
I see a few of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So man, some of those guys do edits. Like there's some like real good shit out there. Like
Yeah, it's very good.
there was one I seen recently. It was for the Lich. And the Lich is a villain in a show called Adventure Time from when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And like it's like it goes so fucking hard for no
Yeah.
reason.
So
It's this cartoon villain, but it goes so fucking hard for no reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
They just I'll see if I can
I-
find one because
I have a
I
saved
cannot
folder.
explain how.
Yeah. I've a saved folder of just like called cold edits, and it's just all that sort of stuff just saved in there, like like just for ideas and.
Yeah.
I came across another edit, and it was like hashtag Benzema, hashtag this, and you probably know what I'm getting at now. Like, but I remember I came across like this edit, and it was like first like it wasn't loading first, but I just seen hashtag Benzema, but then it was like, oh, Little Tay is back. And I was like, what's this like? And then like your man's like, oh, Benzema, and it's like him celebrating. I'm like, this makes no sense. It goes hard, like, but it makes no sense. But then
Yeah.
like I looked into it, and then it was like Benzema and Frank Ribery apparently like gosh, like a prostitute that was meant like she said she was
Oh,
18 or something like that, but
yeah, there
like
was
I
that
see this.
whole
Yeah.
situation that was going on with it,
yeah, exactly. Like
yeah, that was a massive thing here a few years ago.
But I am beyond strength.
For a fucking cartoon. There's no reason to go so hard.
yeah, they just I don't know, they just make anything that looks unreal. Like, you can just like say a word, like say a sentence that makes no sense, and then just put in like funk music at the end of it, and then there we
Well,
go.
yeah.
Like
I hate
Yeah.
animal rights. It just goes hard.
Oh man,
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Great. No, like
You get
it's
some goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is
Crow
very
Crow
good.
used to do some. He did a couple edits now, and they are pretty good.
Didn't he do one for Thingy from Star Wars?
He didn't do an edit. He put in the clip, and it was like one of the new characters from the new film, and he's like this little fella, and he goes like, "Way!" Like
Yeah.
it got 2.2 million views.
Where is it? See if I can
Uh,
find
It doesn't even make sense how many views it got for what it is.
it. No.
And like it's just TikTok works in crazy ways, man. It was like one of his, I think, was his first video as
I
well.
was gonna say, yeah, where is it? Yeah, it was
Apparently
that
thing though, like
Babu. That was what it was. Yeah.
plenty
Yeah.
of people have videos over a couple million. You've no fucking idea who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, man, you'd be known forever if you got something
Yeah.
like that going. In
Yeah.
the early days, if you got a video to 20 million, everyone's
Yeah.
talking.
One of my pinned videos on TikTok, it got 5.9 million views, and it was just of me against the robot goalkeeper at Barcelona ground, and I didn't score
I see
like
that.
Oh,
yeah, I
so-
didn't score a single shot, like, and then like just like all these people liked and commented. I was like, right, okay, like I just
Yeah. Just one of them. Like it just you don't expect it to blow up, but it does anyway.
yeah, that's it. Like, but,
I think
yeah,
my best one is that stupid fucking Gorlock
I
one.
was gonna say that Gorlock one as well.
Like of all the things, like I have ones that have 80K, I have ones that have 100K and so on. But I have this one video. I'm
How much views is that get out? Like 13 mil or something, was it?
trying to find it now. Gone past it, have I? Give us a sec. Still looking. 22.6 million.
Fucking hell.
that's good. That's first good.
Top 10 bodybuilders who took the bulk too far, and there's only one. It's Gordock, and everyone made the one comment like, "She ate all of them."
Have you
like-
got that video there so we can show it to people that might not have seen it?
Pocket jail, throw it up.
It's about to go. It's about to go mad again.
Where is it now? I have so many tabs open, it's hard to know which one I'm using. I think that's it. That's it. All right, here we go.
Sin City was
And the funny thing about like gym videos, and I'm guilty of this, like I've stolen so many ideas, but like
Yeah,
that video was remade like 100 fucking times. And some of the more obvious ones, if I can see it. Okay, you can't see it on the desktop version, but you can check like people who remixed your content.
yeah,
And like
yeah.
fucking hundreds of people just made the same video. And it was hilarious. Like there's guys who were like, I can't see it, can I? No. There's guys with like verified accounts, like these big gym guys, and it's remade.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Fuck's sake.
There's some like actual pro bodybuilder. He was a former IFBB guy, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Not, it wasn't me?" Question mark. Like, you get a few.
Sin City was
Lot of clues like that. Yeah, I'll get that off the screen, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the first video I seen off. I think your page, like, and I was like, that's class, like that. I was genuinely thinking that you were put up like an old, like retired bodybuilder or something like that, and then like seeing that, I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
I've gone into different territory now. I kind of like this schizo shit.
Yeah, I know it's good. It's like
But
like
it's hard to play it right. It's harder to do.
I was gonna say you kind of have to be very kind of specific and toned in on what you do.
Making it funny, number one. Making it obvious I'm not serious, number two.
Yeah.
Making it
Yeah.
somewhat believable, number three.
Yeah.
Only targeting someone who I know has done something stupid or deserving of what slack they're going to get for it.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I'm 100% glorifying obesity, something like that. You know, there was one girl, she's a single mom, but she had some like terrible takes on TikTok. So I was like, okay, we're going to pick her.
Yeah.
I've got a perfect body and someone's built like a fucking ice pop, you know, fucking like stick legs and
Oh,
big
stop.
body. Yeah.
Built like
Or
a
like-
traffic gun.
Yeah. Most of these people kind of pissed me off at some reason to be on this in the video.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah. I try not to. I don't mean anything I say, really.
Yeah,
Or
it's
hurt
just
anyone's
all for
feelings.
the humorous kind of comical side of it or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Like, but you need something like that. Like, there's so many like different, you know, influences out there, and yeah, they're doing a good job in like giving information about fitness and stuff like that. But then, you know, like, after a while, like it's just the same. Like, you're just like, oh, okay, right. It's nothing like you'd like to stay around and watch. Like,
Yeah, it's just stuff you're already used to seeing. Just
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Well, that's part of it as well. Like social media pushing the envelope so far. Like
Mm,
you can get super niche, hyper specific videos, like with your exact interest from your exact favorite content creator at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure luck.
yeah.
Such as
So
life.
I was thinking,
Anyway, I feel like we're kind of draining on a bit here. So if you have any closing remarks, lads, go for it.
You should 100% always look at these bodybuilders that are completely unnatural because that is the optimal physique you will 100% reach in your lifetime. If you believe any less, then you are stupid.
What? That's the complete opposite of what we're going for.
Yes, I know. Sarcasm. No, I'm all good. I've got no stories or comments to make on anybody, anything, or anyone today. So
Heartbroken.
I'm being good today. I'm being good today. Leave me alone.
yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. But yeah, no, look, just be patient, be disciplined, and don't rush in, and don't be using these guys you see on, you know, Instagram and Facebook and TikTok as motivation. But, you know, don't be just have in mind like they're on gear, and follow your own path.
And yeah, unless you're taking a lot of supplements and your diet's
Yeah.
honed in and your lifestyle is perfect, you're probably never going to look like Shizu.
Like I
Probably
said, right here, Peak optimal male performance for 2023. Right here.
If you look into Bronze Age bodybuilders and maybe some silver guys, you could probably get there. Like
Yeah.
testosterone was synthesized in the 1930s, wasn't used by anyone until like the late 50s. Like no one could figure out how to take it. They weren't injecting it yet, trying to take
Yeah.
it orally and shit. So,
Yeah.
there is a lot of potential. You can get pretty big, but don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, yeah, exactly. And do you do gaming and stuff like that? Do you?
I would have before. I used to be a streamer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I get you. No, I was thinking of setting up a. Well, I've set it up already. Like, we haven't fully done it yet. Like, I'm setting up a TikTok for just kind of like gaming clips I have from Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 and stuff like that. Like, might go into that a bit and just see how that does. Usually that see
Keep
odd
an eye
clips
out
up.
for it.
Yeah. There's some
Definitely.
cool edits.
I came out of gaming for fitness and much prefer it.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
with vaccines.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like both industries are crazy oversaturated, but fitness is less so because
Yeah.
you actually have to do stuff for it. Like you spend months working out, whereas you can just get good at a game in a month.
Yeah. Get like a month of gaming. You get clips for like a year.
Download a load of cheats, like hacks.
Oh, there you go.
Walls,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But if you want to
Yeah.
find James, down below we'll have either his link tree or whatever his main social media is. So if you want to check him out, if you think he's class, he's super sexy, he's got a great beard, you go find him.
Yeah,
And
lads. Cheers.
Go on.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on, lads. This is actually the first podcast I've done. First podcast I've done. So good experience. So hopefully I'll be back soon.
We love
Hopefully.
popping cherries.
Oh.
Good luck, ladies. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.